Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we're going to be trying to sort out this rather large pile of broken ATSTs. I imagine this is what the Ewoks felt like after the Battle of Endor and all of the Imperials had left. They were probably surrounded by the remnants of broken Scout Walkers, judging by how many were destroyed in the battle, and that is what I have here. This is just a pile of broken Scout Walkers. Now I do have plans to do a custom project on a Scout Walker, but before I can even start that I actually need to try and put together whatever I can from this, and that's going to be the point of today's video, taking all of these broken ATSTs and seeing what I can build from them. They're all in sort of rough and broken condition. There's lots of pieces that are snapped on them, so I'm going to really have to take them all apart and put them back together again. So let's get started sorting this stuff out and see what we can make. Okay, so really the first part of this project is to actually sort this out and see what's here. I've generally, when I get given broken stuff, I just sort of put it into a bag, and all of the ATSTs I've been putting into a box for a few years and sort of building up pieces because they're always broken. There's always bits broken on them. But I think from this pile there should be enough for the basis of 2 ATSTs. Yeah, let's just sort of find out as we go. As I say, they are all pieces of different ones that I've been given. So some are going to be no use at all for what I'm wanting. You can see this here looks like the head of an ATST, and you think actually that's not too bad, but you can see that a big chunk of it has been snapped off, so I'm going to class that one as not usable for what I'm doing here. I want to make 2 reasonably good ATSTs, so at some point that might come in useful because this half of the head is still good and the front guns are still good, but I think I probably have some completer heads there, so that one I'm going to put to one side and say that's not necessary. You can see here we've also got a bit of a leg that's snapped off at the bottom. I think I saw the bottom part of the leg somewhere there. So bits of that may be useful because I've got other legs here that sometimes the plastic on these ATSTs goes a bit funny over the years. Certainly the plastic that's used for the top canopy and the legs, it tends to go a bit brown. In fact, there's one there. You can see this is just the aging of the plastic because it's got all sort of swirls in it. Something has happened when this plastic has been made. There's something put into the plastic, and over the years since it's been sort of stored, you know, this is now sort of getting on to 40 years old, the plastic starts to degrade. So you'll see this happening more and more. So what I could do is on this one, this looks like a pretty good leg, I could take the foot off and use the foot from this one because you can see that one doesn't have any of the degradation going on with the plastic. So I'm going to class that foot as very useful. I'll keep that to one side, but obviously keep that leg. And I'm going to keep the top part of the leg as well because I think that will be useful. This leg, that one looks all right. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with that. So that's another good leg. I should actually be working out pairs, shouldn't I? So there's a pair of legs. That is one pair of legs. This also looks like another pair of legs. I thought I had enough for 2. So again, you can see those aren't too bad. That one's got a bit of yellowing and sort of degradation going on, but that's not too bad. So 2 pairs of legs, that's a good starting point. And then we have all of these heads and lower sections. So you can see here, this is the lower section of the ATST, the sort of the main body, and it has the walking mechanism built in. And this one does actually work quite nicely, but I can see the little tabs that hold the head in have been snapped on it. So I'm unsure as to whether that one will be any good. Maybe I could modify that and make it so that it actually holds the head in. I'll keep that one. This head here doesn't look too bad at all. They're a bit wet because I've actually just washed them. I thought rather than showing you me washing all of these things over and over again, I would give these a pre-wash. So that one doesn't look too bad, but yellowed. I'll keep that head. We have this one here. That one actually doesn't look too bad at all. That is the whole section of it. Does the walking mechanism work? It does. So that's actually a good starting point. That one doesn't need anything doing to it. I could just attach the legs to it. It is a bit yellowed, but for the project I have in mind in the future, I don't think that's going to be an issue. So that is one useful top section. We have this one here. Again, that one doesn't look too bad, a bit yellowed, but I've got some nicer ones. So I think I'll probably take this one apart, but it doesn't look too bad at all. That's another reasonable one. We have this one here as well, which again looks really quite nice, but this one has a smashed section here. So that's the part where the leg's attached to. And yeah, so I don't think I can use that one. And then we've got this spare head. So yeah, I've got enough for a few pieces, but I know something that a lot of people wanted me to show in the very original ATST video that I did all those years ago is how to remove this head. I didn't actually show that in the video because it's quite awkward. So I will show that in a minute as well. Let's take some of these apart and I'll show you how to remove the head because it's not as easy as you would imagine. But you can see here, that is quite a good pile of bits. There's definitely enough for 2 ATSTs. even if they're not going to be the most perfect things, they will be reasonable ones, and that's all I need for the future project. So let's start taking some of these top sections apart, and I'll show you how to remove the heads.
toy-polloi, that is incorrect. Try again.
So we'll start with dismantling this top section with the mechanical part in it. This one is one I'm not going to be using, as you can see, because that's the one that I showed you has a piece snap there. I noticed on closer inspection this one also has a big chunk taken out of the sort of cover of the mechanism there. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to use that one, but I don't think I have a good top that I can replace it with. So that one might have to stay. But anyway, let's open this up. Now I showed you in my very first sort of video on doing the atst that these are spring loaded. So you have to be very careful when you take out the screws. Make sure you're holding on to the bottom of this. If you don't, when you take out the last screw, the whole of this section will ping open, because it's a very big spring that is used for this button, and it pushes on the bottom section here. So if I just undo these screws, I'll then take it apart very slowly and show you exactly what I mean. I've got a little dish here just to put the screws in as well, so I don't lose them. I think a lot of people are quite surprised when they open up the atst for the first time that everything is spring loaded and parts do tend to fly out. I've seen many people have trouble then putting it back together because they can't work out where everything goes. As you can see here, I've got my thumb holding everything together. If I undo this screw, at that point everything is then under sort of spring load and will ping apart if I do let go of it. So let me move my screwdriver out of the way, and I'm now going to very carefully let this bottom section come out. You can see it is being pushed away, and you'll soon see the spring. So that is the spring that is on this button. It's very large and very strong. So I'll take that one out, and then there is another spring between these two pieces. These are the pieces that move the leg. That is also under a lot of sprung tension, so if you're not careful, that will also ping out these leg parts. So I'm going to very carefully remove these while holding onto the spring, like so. So you can see that is the leg section, and that's the bit you need to remember how it all goes together. There's a spring in the middle, then there's these sort of two pieces with this little ratcheting section on it, one for each side. Once you've done this once or twice, you'll easily work out where everything goes. But if you are not expecting the springs to be in there and this thing sort of springs apart, it's very hard to work out. So I'm just going to put that to one side exactly like it is. We don't need to do anything to it, so I'm just going to keep it in the same order as I take it out. And then of course we have the button, which is in three parts. So we have this section which goes between the leg mechanism. We've got the button itself there, and then the little lever, and that's about it. It's very simple really, but with the springs in it, if you're not careful, it can go haywire very quickly. And now we can access the little bit that holds the head in, and I'll show you how to remove that safely. Actually, I'm going to take another one apart. This one is the one that is damaged, and I can see that someone has trodden on it, because actually all of the little clips that are holding this top section in are broken anyway. They've started falling out, so I won't be able to show you how to undo these clips carefully because they are already snapped. But this is something you do actually see quite often. So let me open up another one that isn't broken, and then I'll be able to show you what I mean. Okay, so now we come to removing the head safely. So you can see this one, none of the little clips have broken. There are clips all the way around this peg in the middle. And what we've got to do is carefully prise these little clips away so that we can remove the bit in the middle. You'll need a knife or something like that. And I'm going to be putting pressure on the underside of this, or pushing this upwards, so that when I put this knife under and ping some of these little clips out, they stay out, they stay sort of in place. So it's quite hard to get started, but you'll just have to sort of do it. So you can see that's one clipped out. You can see it's now resting on the side of this, and you can see that it's not going to ping back in. If I then move around and get my knife under this one, by putting a bit of pressure on the underside of this and keep pushing upwards, I can then clip that one out. I'll move around, do the same on this one and on this one. Just carefully clip them out. You don't want to push them too far, just a little bit at a time. I'll do this one as well. There we go, and it's now I can start to feel that this is actually quite loose, and it's going to come out in a minute. So if I do the same on that one, and there we go, it's pinged off, and none of these clips are broken. It's that straightforward. It just takes a little bit of sort of dexterity. You've got to do one thing with one hand, pushing this up slightly, and then use a knife to go around, and you can see we can carefully remove that head. So I've now got the head taken off. I'm going to do the same to this one over here. And then I can start to pick all of the sort of the best parts of all of these pieces and put them back together. Now that I've taken them all apart, I can take the best pieces and create what I think will be two relatively complete ATSTs. I can see on this one that there is a bit snapped off. You can just about see there that there's supposed to be, if I hold up the one that isn't broken to the left, you can see there's supposed to be an extra peg there. That one's snapped off. I'm not sure it will make much difference. If it does, then I'll come back and I'll repair that. I'll make a little bracket that will do the same job, but I think it should be all right. So now we've just got to reverse the process of taking this apart. I've still got all the pieces lined up here that I didn't bother sort of moving around. So you can see these are the leg pieces. You have to push the spring together on those and drop them into that slot. That looks pretty good. So I'll do the other one as well. I can do two at the same time with this because you're essentially doing, it just sort of makes life a little bit easier because you're copying everything. Now we can put the buttons in. So here are the buttons, and they have this little sort of hole here that a piece slots into, so that we know that that goes round that way. Just put those to one side because we also have to have this little lever which we slot over here. I think it goes up that way. Just double checking. Sometimes you do have to sort of double check these things. Yeah, that's the right way around. So put it round that way. You can see that there's a little sort of angled piece here. That piece needs to go upwards, so we'll slot that in there. Then we have this odd shaped piece. This one's a little bit more awkward to put in just because we're fighting with the springs, but you just drop that in there, push everything down, and that peg goes inside the little hole on the button, so just rotate that around, so that's fine. Get the other one, do the same on that, make sure it's round the right way. So again, we can just slot that in there, drop that in. On this one, you can see that's where the piece is broken. I don't think it will make much difference, but if it does, as I say, I'll come back to it. I think that should be fine. And now we can put the final spring in, and this piece I have to do slightly slower because we have to screw everything together as well. So here's the rather large spring. I'll drop that one on first. Now we have to push everything together. So we line up the bottom section and push that down. Make sure everything is clipped together, and then I'll screw that one together, and I'll do the same on the other side. And then we'll have two of these sort of main mechanism sections ready, and we can pick the best ATST heads and slot those in. Now those are back together, we can clip the heads back in place. So as you can see, that's where we took the head out of. All you do is get the head, line this peg up and push it in place, and it will just click, and you'll hear it click. Like that, and there you go, that head is back on. Do the same on this one, just click it in place, there we go, and that head is back on. So that's the top sections of these ATSTs ready. Now we can sort out the legs. As just a little side project, I thought I'd see whether I could actually repair one of these really broken sections that attach the head, and actually it turned out I can. I've used a sort of a combination of bits snapped off this one and the ones that I had already that you saw snapped off earlier, the little clip pieces, and I've just plastic welded them in place. It's taken quite a while. You can see I've managed to get most of them plastic welded in place. There's just one missing, but that's turned out to be strong enough to reattach this head. So if you do have one of these that's got sort of broken clips and you actually have all of the clips, you can plastic weld them back in place. And if you've got one or two missing, as long as they're sort of on opposite sides, it's not really going to make much difference. This one with one missing is still held on really firmly. So yeah, you can actually fix these. It's a little bit of work, but certainly worth having a go. And yeah, I'm quite pleased that I've now managed to actually get three of these ready to put back together. The legs I have aren't actually looking too bad. You can see there's a slight bow to that leg, but not enough to warrant straightening it. If you want to straighten the legs, I have a video showing you how to do that. I'll link to that at the end. It's a fairly straightforward process. Just put them in just boiled water and you'll be able to soften the plastic and reshape them. But you can see most of these legs are pretty straight. I don't think they're going to make that much difference. What I want to do though is to replace the feet, or at least one foot. This is the worst set of legs that I have. And you can see that has the plastic degradation going on. I'm not quite sure which one to replace because they're both sort of about the same, so I think I'll just do this one. This is the spare foot I have, and as you can see that's in really nice condition. So all we've got to do is unscrew that screw at the bottom there. The feet are exactly the same, so there's no left or right foot. You just take whichever foot you want. So I'll put that on there, and then I can replace the screw, and we'll then put these legs on the figures and see how they look. I'm hoping though they will be nice and straight. If they're not, then I will take these legs apart and I will straighten them. But I think they should actually work quite all right. So yeah, there we go. We've got one sort of slightly rough foot and one very nice foot. And that one I'll put back in my spares box because you never know when you need a spare foot for an ATST. Reattaching the legs is really straightforward. We've got a left leg and a right leg. So this is the left leg. Bring the body in. You can see here there are two little clips, and those go onto this leg post here that's on the body. So we just have to slot that in. It does click in place. You'll know exactly when it's fitted because it will click just like that. And then we take this piece here and attach it to the little peg on the back like so, and that's one leg on. I'll do exactly the same on this side. So here is the other leg, and we just clip that onto there like so, and then we just click this piece onto there like that, and there we have two legs attached. If I unlock that, they even work as well. So let me do the other figure and then we'll take a look at them standing up and see what other pieces we can put back on them. Looking through my bag of bits, I found a few more parts to be able to almost complete at least one of these ATSTs. I haven't got enough to complete them both. I'm missing the top hatch and I'm missing the gun for this set over here. And on this one you can see that the under sort of shield is broken. I don't have any of the top hatch or the top gun, but it's enough to get these things looking half decent, and it'll be enough for me to sort of start thinking about the project that I really want to do with these ATSTs, and I now know which parts that I need to sort of hunt down and search out. So let's put these parts on this ATST. So we've got the side guns here, so that one just clips in there like so. We've got the other gun there, and that one just clips in like that. A bit harder to get one to clip in. There we go. Then we have the little under panel, or sort of the shield that goes underneath. I always think this looks like a little face. I don't know about you, but you can see here we've got these two eyes and a little mouth. I always think that looks like a face whenever these shields are missing. That's the first thing I sort of tend to see on them. It's like this little smiley face on the underside. So we can clip that one in there. That's pretty good. And then we have the top panel here. As I say, yeah, I'm missing the hatch cover and the gun. But at this stage of this project, I just wanted to sort of check to see what I've got. So that's one almost complete ATST. I'll put those broken bits on the other one, and we'll take a look at what I've managed to make out of that pile of junk. And there we go. That is what I've managed to make out of what I showed you at the start, the pile of broken ATSTs that I've built up over the last few years. I do have this one as well, which is starting to come together. So that's the one that I repaired the top section using some plastic weld. And I've got a few bits for that one. It's nowhere near complete. You can see I'm missing the lower legs. But again, it's a good sort of starting point for an ATST. But I'm really happy with what I managed to make, because this now enables me to sort of find the last few bits, and then I can get on with the project that I really wanted to do, which is a custom thing that I'll be showing you in future. But as you can see, from a pile of parts you can actually make some half decent looking toys. It just takes a little time to take them apart and fix them up and give them a clean. And hopefully with this video I've also managed to cover an area that a lot of people have been asking me over the years, which is how to remove the head of an ATST. So I've now shown you that as well. I'm now off to eBay to hunt down the missing parts, and if you've enjoyed this video then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.